Thanks for joining us on the John Mendola Show. We are driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers. Let's talk with a Dallas graduate, Zach Goodwin, headed to Susquehanna University to play soccer and continue his academic career. Well, Zach, let's first up talk about your career there at Dallas under Coach Chris Scharf.
Yeah, I had a great career at Dallas. Surrounded by a group of friends that have really been together since early, just playing soccer and just bonding together. We had a great 4 years. We only lost like 5 games in our years of playing, and it was great. Chris was always a great coach, and as a whole, I just really enjoyed my soccer career at Dallas.
Well, Zach, a lot of people interested in the World Cup right now, and that's going on and creating some interest for soccer because there's so many other sports, and especially lacrosse right now is a hot commodity, especially in northeastern Pennsylvania. But tell us about why you love the game of soccer and, growing up all those years playing it and playing with some really talented players there in the back mountain.
Yeah, definitely. With the World Cup, I just thought it's been great how everyone was so into soccer and just seeing the U.S. Just do their thing and have some great results. But I played a bunch of sports when I was younger, and soccer was always kind of my main sport, and I stuck with it out of all the sports. And it's just I would say the world's game, and it's just something that everyone could do no matter how big you are or anything like that. It's just something that everyone can do, and it's an equal playing field. So I just think that was always a draw for me, and that it's just a love for the game and passion, and I've been playing my whole life, so it's just something that I always loved, and I never really just want to give up. It's always just been something I loved.
Zach, tell us about the position you play on the soccer field, and what would you say your best attributes are as a soccer player?
I have played a few different positions, but I mostly stick to a center back or a right back role, and I play a defensive role. I really like getting into tackles, winning the ball for my team, and just encouraging others. Definitely, I enjoy playing balls in, crosses and things like that through the air, and just getting my team organized and being able to pass out of the back and just win as many balls as possible and distribute for the team.
Zach Goodwin here on the John Mendola Show. He graduated from Dallas area. He's headed to Susquehanna University. Well, Zach, tell us about what attracted you to Susquehanna. What were some of the other schools in the mix, and why did you decide to become a Crusader?
Well, I looked at so many schools during my recruiting process, and Susquehanna was always kind of one that was in the mix, but I never was just knew it was it. And I looked at a couple of Division I schools. I looked at Radford University. I got a scholarship offer from them at the Division I level. And then I looked at schools like Westchester. I really liked University of Scranton and a couple other schools. But it just, I really want to be focused on academics in school, and that was just something that I was always drawn to, is the mix of putting together soccer and academics. So I think that's something I could really do well at the Division III level, and especially at Susquehanna. Their business program is fantastic, and I'll be going into business. So I just think that's something that was a huge draw for me, and I want to be able to study abroad and do things like that as well as playing soccer. And Susquehanna just seemed like the right fit, and it was just a great group of guys when I went on my visit, and everything just worked out, and it ended up going well.
Zach Goodwin here on the John Mendola Show. Zach, when you talk about studying there at Susquehanna, you really seem to be focused on that academic side, which is always great to hear, and that's why you take your game, so to speak, to the next level, whether it's academically or athletically. You're going to do both. Tell us about some of the interesting things. You mentioned going abroad. Tell us about what you have in mind and what their program has to offer and where you may travel to.
Well, I'm going to be part of the Sigmund Weiss School of Business at Susquehanna, and I'm going to be a double major in finance and global management. So I really want to become an investment banker or something like that. And Susquehanna has a program called the London Abroad Program for all business students. So you spend an entire semester abroad in London, and you get a flat in London, and you intern with a different business every week. So you'll be seeing different businesses, and like I talked to some of the guys in the soccer team, and they said they saw 12 different countries while they were there, and that was just a huge draw for me, just traveling and interning with different businesses for 4 months. I just think that's something you can't beat while being in London and being able to see the different cultures and adapt to it, and I just think that's priceless, and that could be like a huge experience for me.
Zach Goodwin headed to Susquehanna University to play soccer and study business. Zach, you talk about the soccer program, another good program at the collegiate level. And, of course, tell us about the coach and some of the players you got to meet along the way, and what really attracted you on the soccer field to say, hey, this is something I think I can do for 4 years.
Yeah, definitely. Well, Susquehanna is a very, very strong Division III program, which was what I was looking for. The coach's name is Jim Finley, and he's a great guy. When I met him, I knew from the start that I liked the way he's leading the program. Susquehanna has been conference champions. They won the Landmark Conference the past 2 years in a row and have made NCAA appearances in the tournament. They made it to the Sweet 16 2 years ago and made it to the first round this year. So I just think that the program as a whole is just going in a really positive direction where we could eventually be making national championship appearances and just move forward as a team. And it's just a great group of guys that are all focused, have their focus in the right direction, winning championships.
Zach, how about the memories you leave at Dallas between your teammates and your classmates? As you mentioned earlier, some great relationships you built there, and everybody's kind of going their separate ways, but I'm sure you guys will keep in touch.
Oh, yeah, definitely. As I said earlier, most of the guys that I played soccer with at Dallas have been my best friends growing up through my childhood, so we'll definitely be keeping in touch. Through the soccer season, we've had trips. We do a Tom's River trip, and we just had great memories where it wasn't always just about the soccer. We grew as friends, and we just had memories that'll last a lifetime, and I just think that was a big part of it. And so we'll definitely keep contact, and I just think it's a new beginning, but they're definitely friends for a lifetime. So I've had a great experience, and I'm ready for the next step.
A well-spoken and a well-rounded student-athlete from Dallas area headed to Susquehanna University. Zach Goodwin, we thank you for your time this summer, and we wish you the best of luck when you head to camp in August.
Oh, thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
Zach Goodwin, Dallas to Susquehanna University here on the John Mendola Show, driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers.